Hey guys, I'm Corey with Sea to Sky Overland, and today we're going to take a look at the Jackery Explorer 500 and we're going to run it through some tests, some real world tests of how well and how long this thing can run a Dometic CFX 75 dual zone fridge freezer. So we took the Jackery Explorer 500 and we paired it with the Dometic CFX 75 fridge, which is their second largest fridge. It's a big one, so we really wanted to test this guy out. The Dometic is in the optional cover, so that should help insulate it and give it a little bit better results. But we wanted to give this thing the best shot we could. In test 1 and 2, we plugged into the AC port. And so obviously that also uses the inverter, which takes a little bit of power from the Jackery. And in test 3, we went with the DC port. We want to see the difference running the fridge between those two things. The difference between test 1 and 2, in test 1, we took the fridge from just ambient room temperature, we plugged it into the wall, cooled it down to the operating temperature, which was negative 10 degrees for the freezer side and 4 degrees Celsius for the fridge side. So that was what we used for all 3 tests for our temperatures. But with test 1, we plugged it into the wall. As soon as the compressor kicked off for the first time, we unplugged it from the wall, plugged it into the AC port on the Jackery, and started the clock. So in test 2, we left the fridge plugged into the wall for about 8 hours. We left it plugged in overnight and then started the test in the morning, and we actually opened up the fridge and put some beer on the fridge side and some frozen foods on the freezer side, closed those up, plugged it into the Jackery, and hit start on the stopwatch. For test 3, we wanted to see what the difference was between the AC wall plug and a DC cigarette lighter style power source for the Dometic. The big difference between those two is that using the AC, obviously the Jackery has an inverter inside of it, changing it from the direct current to an alternating current. So that's going to take a little bit of power. The DC side doesn't have to do that. You just plug in and go. So we wanted to see just how much of a difference that was going to make. It ended up being a lot more than we thought. So in test 1, the Jackery managed to run the Dometic for 19 hours and 15 minutes before it died. That's from a full 100% charge all the way to dead, 19 hours and 15 minutes. In test 2, really the only difference was just that additional cooling of the fridge before we hit go, and adding some stuff to the inside. And on test 2, the Jackery managed to power the Dometic for 26 hours and 17 minutes, an additional 7 hours longer than test 1. Definitely plug it in the night before, let that thing really chill out while it's plugged into your wall at home, and then when you leave, you're good to go. You know your batteries will last a lot longer. That said, test number 3 was the real winner. In test 3, the Jackery ran the Dometic for 37 hours and 22 minutes before it died. That's an additional 11 hours longer. That's absolutely mind-blowing. It was almost double the amount of time from test 1 to test 3 and 11 hours longer from test 2 to test 3. So it's a clear winner on what the most efficient way to run this setup is, and that's absolutely how we will always run in the future. We'll properly chill down that fridge, plug it in the night before, and then we'll be running it off DC using the Jackery. 37 hours, 22 minutes. Well guys, thanks for joining us, and hope you learned something. Hope we helped you with some of your buying decisions, whether it's for overlanding or personal prepping and just setting yourself up in the future with a portable power station, feel free to comment below if you like the video, if you didn't like the video, if there's anything I can improve on, if you want me to make more in the future. We could do rig walkarounds, we could review more products, anything you want. Hit me up in the comments and let me know. If you didn't like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs down. I'm a big boy, I got thick skin, I can handle it. If you did like it and you want me to make more, hit that thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. That'll help me get this channel established, because obviously right now I'm starting at the bottom. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next video. Exact same setup as test one, just some additional what's the word? Acclimatization? What am I trying to say right now?